All right, we're here with Apostol. What's going on?
Not much, man. Chilling.
We've been trying to nail this down for a little while now. It's been a busy 2019 for you.
That's for sure.
Pumping out the content, videos, audio, all kinds of things. Getting into a little bit of marketing, doing everything.
One-man army, man. One-man army.
Whole new drive for you this year.
Yeah, man, for sure.
All right, well, we're gonna get back to what brought you into this year. We're gonna take things back to the beginning. Obviously, you live in Canada now, just outside of Toronto, Ontario. Where did this all begin? I know you're not from Canada. Take us back to where you're from. Where were you born?
I'm born in East Ukraine. Born in USSR. Born and raised there. Yeah, I moved here when I was 16. So Kharkov, East Ukraine is where I grew up and spent most of my childhood, I guess. Right, adult life is here.
Okay.
So I'm 32 now, right? So 16 there, 16 here.
So half your life there. What was it like growing up there outside of the hip-hop realm, first of all? We'll get into your hip-hop influences from back home in a minute. But growing up there, because obviously living in Canada now, you'd think it's a completely different upbringing than it would be here.
It is, man. We got in a lot of trouble, that's for sure. Everything is very different. I don't know how to explain that. It's a very aggressive environment, right? Everybody's hungry, so everybody's pissed off. Yeah, that's pretty much it, I guess. I don't even know.
Okay, so as far as hip-hop influence back home, you were born what year? 87?
86.
86 you were born? Okay, so you're born in 86. I think of 1986 hip-hop in North America. I think breakdancing, I think spray painting, graffiti artists, tagging everywhere, hip-hop out in the park. I know, obviously, 86, that's when you were born. Your memories might not be from there, but, late 80s, early 90s hip-hop influence. Was the influence, even though the artist may not have been the same, but was the same b-boy thing as a thing over there?
I think we're behind about 10, 15 years. You know what I mean? So early to mid 90s, that's when it was popping. Everybody was breakdancing. I went from breakdancing to drawing on walls to eventually rapping. I think I had more to say than to show.
Well, that's fair enough. Breakdancing though, eh? How'd that go for you?
It was good, man. It was actually good. I was good. I was spinning on my head and everything, and then I broke my elbow skateboarding. And after that, it was kind of cut down on that shit.
That pump the brakes on your breakdancing career.
Yeah, man.
And as far as graffiti over there, you're saying right now on walls, tagging, whatever it may be. What form of graffiti you're into? Might be murals. I don't know, but I know over here that was a pretty hefty charge, and back there at that time where you came from, you could get in shit for things that are a lot less than that. So,
it was actually, you know what? Graffiti wasn't a problem. I don't think we ever got in trouble. We drew everywhere, man.
And you never got in shit?
No, not for that. No. Yeah. I mean, the whole neighborhood seen us do a wall there, right? Right, because everything is buildings, right? It's projects, building on building on building, right? So people, half the neighborhood seen us cover up this. It's an electrical booth, right? That spreads electricity to buildings. It's in between the two buildings, right? So it's like a 2-story complexion, right? Made out of concrete, right? And there's no windows, no doors. It's all concrete. I mean, there's a couple doors to come in, right? But there's no windows, nothing. So we just went to town on that thing, right? And the whole neighborhood was watching, and nobody said nothing. But
was it good looking art? Would you consider?
Attempt
at art? It wasn't just curse words all over the place or something, was it?
No. It was our neighborhood name, right? It was our area code, like your basic graffiti shit, right? But it was decent, man. We weren't drawing dicks or nothing like that. I mean, nothing like that, no. But yeah, I remember we were drawing the actual spray paint balloons on the walls, right? And that said Battle of Graffiti or some shit like that. I don't remember. It's been a minute.
So were people running graffiti crews then, like they were here?
Yeah, man. Where I'm from, Ukraine used to have 52 million people, right? Before all this shit happened recently. So where I'm from was the capital of Ukrainian hip-hop.
Okay.
Right? So we had street ball challenges, which fucking like 5,000 to 10,000 people would come out. People play ball, rappers perform, right? Like it was insane. They had graffiti crews, they had breakdance crews. People from all over the country was coming there. That's why I'm so hip-hop, right?
That's like some Rocker Park type shit.
Bro, I live and breathe hip-hop since, you know what I mean? Like, I know more. Sometimes I know more than people that are listening to hip hop here, even from about before my time, because I'm so interested in it. Like that's what it is. That's what I am, right?
Mm-hmm. So like from like real young, like
Even though it started with Russian rappers too. I had nothing to like. The only thing that made over there was Tupac. Fuck, that's pretty much it. I don't even remember hearing Biggie. I remember Tupac.
Wu-Tang?
Wu-Tang made it, yes.
Wu-Tang?
There was a bunch of random videos you get here and there if you stay up late at night at 2 o'clock in the morning. They'd fucking air some American television, you know what I mean? And fucking sometimes I'd catch something, but I didn't know. You wouldn't know them because they couldn't get popular. You get a fucking video at 2 o'clock in the morning and that's it, right?
So there's no Mace?
No. Never heard of Puffy before I moved here either, you know what I mean? Tupac, yeah. I'm pretty sure that Dre was around too, sort of like NWA and all that, a little bit.
But after their run here? Like after
Yeah. I'm talking like mid-90s.
Mid-90s.
Yeah.
So before that, you know, from your earliest memories of being into music up until you were 16, and you didn't have Tupac, Wu-Tang, the minimal ones you had from over here who were the bigger stars, until not too, like, shortly before you left, they came. Who were the influences you had then? Or if they were just Russian influences?
Yeah.
Some of those people
actually, there was MC Solar. That thing made through. I'm not sure if I don't mean to be disrespectful, but MC Solar, that thing, I mean, is in his project. There was a CD of MC Solar that's been booted around the whole neighborhood. Okay. You know what I mean, everybody, because we couldn't copy them because we didn't have computers back then, right? Like I'm talking 92. Not everybody had computers, and if we did, not everybody had the burn CD drives, you know, that shit.
CD to CD burner.
So that CD was bounced around the whole neighborhood. You know what I mean? Some people made copies on tapes and shit like that. You know what I mean? Because you did have the CD and a tape player once, right? But you didn't. Not everybody had a CD burner. It was a mission to burn a CD.
So as far as some of the Russian hip hop acts you were into.
Oh yeah.
Did they have longevity over there? Like, you know,
some of them are still around.
For like
some of them are still around. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So they can have like a huge buzz over there and not
you know what?
Not cross over in North America.
Some of them did. You just don't hear about it.
That's what I mean. They can be like.
You don't hear about it. There was this the superstar crossed over here and he had shows with Fat Joe at the Apollo or whatever it is in New York.
What was his name? Timothy.
Yeah, right. He came over. He had a video with Snoop Dogg. He had shows with Fat Joe, but you don't hear about that because I mean he's rich and popular back home, but I don't think he's much here.
And back home was something like that celebrated, like a big achievement for him getting on a Fat Joe song or him getting on a Snoop Dogg song.
I don't know if I should be talking about this too much, but yeah, he's.
Don't go get yourself shot.
It's not even that. People have been hating on him because his parents are very rich, so that's how he started his career, right?
Okay.
So that's why people have been talking shit, like who gave you the money for Snoop Dogg features and shit like that. But he's been balling on his own for a while, right? Even if parents did give a jump start there, he has this like one of the most successful labels in the country, right?
He has a whole label?
Oh, bro, there's like 10 of them motherfuckers, if not more. You know what I mean? And they're dominating. There's only a couple of successful rap, like legit rap R&B labels, whatever they are. You know what I mean? So, and he's one of them. So I can imagine he got the money that way, right?
Yeah. So growing up's good.
But as far as my influences, if we're gonna go there, that's what I mean. There was Bad Balance. They were still that was one of the main influences. They were releasing hip hop and folk CDs.
And was that a rare thing then?
Yeah, it's because it was a compilation CD, right? So every month you'd get a hip hop info magazine, like hip hop information, whatever it is, hip hop info, right?
Yeah.
And there was every month you'd get a magazine, a CD, all kinds of shit, right? So like it was the whole package. They had it going on, man. They had it figured out.
So things are popping there, it's happy there, breakdancing right on walls and shit, covering electrical rooms with graffiti. And then it's time to leave there. Why did you leave? I know there was a lot of war and stuff going on there, so I assume it was.
Well, the war's going on now, but it was always a touchy spot to be in, right? Because that's a border with Russia. So if anybody wants to fuck with Russia, they go through there, right? Like mostly, they would try anyways, and that's what's happening. That's exactly what's happening right now, right? But we left way before all of that. First of all, my mom didn't want me to go to army.
Oh, and you would have had? Is it mandatory?
Yeah. 18 to 20, you go to army, bro. I don't know. I think
you're mandatory.
I think they cut it down to a year now, but 18 to 20, you go to the army. Yeah. When I was there, if I was there when I was 18, I would have done 2 years.
Oh shit!
And then she was saying that I was always getting in trouble too, right? So she was always trying to bring me to a better environment, I guess. She was always at work, and I was always on the block, right?
Yeah.
My grandma was around, but like my grandma, what is she?
Grandma
right?
can only
Like,
do so much.
yeah, grandma was cooking and cleaning, right? She was taking care of me, but now when I was outside, right, and
Yeah.
so my mom was trying to take me out of that, right, bringing me here.
So you were saying, like, you know, you not in so many words, but you said that you're getting into shit. You're a shit disturber. You're causing, you know, some problems here and there. Getting into who knows what, because just like any, you know, kid that's not completely supervised, that shit happens here, there, anywhere in the world. The mandatory military thing, your mom was trying to give you a better life. If you would have went at 18 and you were getting into shit, or you committed a crime or something and had to do your mandatory 2 years, would it have been a little rougher on you? Would you have not got the opportunities to, say, like, a straight A student, if they have something like that equivalent over there who has to do a mandatory?
If you get into a university, if that's what you're asking, if you get into a good university that has a military course in it,
Yeah.
you don't have to go, but you have to get into a good university. You know what I mean? It's like if you can't be in a trade school. If you're in a trade school,
Can't be like an electrician.
if you're in a trade school, they'll cut you off to trade schools if you go to army.
To the military. Now, is that 2 years just a basic training? Or is there, like, could you be deployed or have to defend, or?
Oh, you're definitely going somewhere, right?
Oh, okay.
You're going to some military base somewhere. You're not staying home. It's very rare. You'd probably have to pay somebody money to stay closer to home, right? You going fucking somewhere. They're sending you somewhere.
And how do you get out of something like that? I mean, but after your 2 years.
Oh, you just go home. You could stay and pursue the military career. People no, actually, some people stay, I guess, because military is full of people, right? Somebody's staying there, but yeah, it's just basic training. I think just because Russia's been at war so much, people keep fucking with it. And then they want the population to be ready, for everybody to be ready, you know?
Okay, so you leave back home. You come straight to Canada.
Yeah.
Straight to Canada. Straight to Ontario.
Straight to Kitchener, man.
Straight to Kitchener, Ontario, eh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So who left? You, your mom, and your grandma?
No, my grandma's been here for the last 3 years.
Oh, so it's just you and your mom.
Yeah.
You and your mom leave. Okay, and then what's that like? Hey, son, pack up. We're heading across the world to a place that you don't know at all, and this is already home.
Man, she told me 2 weeks before we left because she knew I would cause some shit before we leave.
Did you?
Not really, but she knew it would be like a long goodbye with my friends and all kinds of shit, right? So she told me literally 2 weeks. She's like, you have 2 weeks to say goodbye to everybody. We got plane tickets and everything. 2 weeks, man. I was in grade 9, about to graduate grade 9 to go to grade 10, right? And fucking boom, 15, almost 16 years old. I moved here, I turned 16, right?
And you're running around with your hip hop friends and doing this and that.
I just started recording, man. I just started recording. I just got on stage the first time, bro. It was in front of like 30 people, but
still, it's a start, right?
We started performing. Yeah, we were getting into it, man. Like, and that was the city to do it at. You know, like I guess there was a lot of it, but it was highly acceptable. I guess everybody liked it, right? Everybody was into it.
So at that time, being that age, because I go think, you know, being that age, if I had to leave, not even being a part of a rap crew, if I had to leave, like, from one province to another in Canada, no, my life's over. My friends are gone. My rap career is over. Like, were you more beside yourself than you should have? Do you think walking away from all that? Because at that age, you probably thought this is what you're doing.
You know what I was walking away from, bro? We just started growing up. I was walking away from the girls I grew up with, the school, the friends. That's what I was worried about, right? Like, that I didn't really think about, because I'm only now considering rap as a real career, right? Mm. Back then, we were just fucking around to see what happens, right? We didn't know what we were doing. I don't even know who.
Yeah, you're finding who you are at that age.
That's what I'm saying. But like,
losing coming right after that,
losing friends and losing, that was the worst. That was the worst. When I came here, I came from a city that's 2.5 million people, right? Mm. And I moved to Kitchener back then. 300,000. My neighborhood back home was 500,000.
Yeah, well, KW now is almost 500. So back then, Kitchener alone was probably 150, 170.
So I'm saying, man, I moved. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Huge adjustment. And then coming here, I assume your English wasn't too strong?
No, it was alright. I understood what everybody was saying, but I was shy to speak, I guess. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It took me a while to start getting words out and shit.
And then being into music and stuff, too, having that passion. Was it, I'm sure it must have been difficult to find a clique to to click with that's also into hip hop and like because did that help?
I wasn't even, to be honest with you, I wasn't even thinking about anything like that. I got kicked out of school a few times. I went to work full time. I wasn't really thinking about, you know what I mean? I mean, I did affiliate myself with people that listen to the same music, but I wasn't trying to record or nothing like that. And then a few years passed, I started doing it on my own. I wasn't really looking for anybody.
Do you think, just trying to get past the language barrier, finding a new home, everything else made you hesitant to reach out, even though if you did, put yourself beside other people that are into hip hop, to reach out there and just be, I rap, because that's, a good way to get laughed at, especially in high school when everybody's criticizing everyone for everything.
I tried with the, you know what I mean? I found these guys was Regiment in Kitchener. They're still around, and I rapped with them and stuff. I even came out on one of their CDs. But I was way too busy with life, to be honest with you. And the problem was I always rap in Russian, right? So people keep saying to me, this shit sounds dope, but don't understand you, right? Mm-hmm. I keep hearing that for years and years and years, right? So ever since that started, I just went and got myself a mic and internet, and I just got involved into Russian rap, right? I started battling because you could do that on a distance. I didn't have to be there to perform or nothing, right? All I had to do is send songs.
Okay.
So that's how I got back into rap.
And so you're over here, you're getting used to life over here, so obviously still in the hip hop, and then you have more exposure to North American hip hop. Like you said, you had Tupac, maybe Biggie, and Wu-Tang back home. Now you have everything, and this is what years? 2002. Two?
50 just came out.
50's popping.
50 just came out.
50's popping.
Yes, I hated 50 when he came out. I don't know why I fucking hated 50.
What about the rest of the G-Unit, Shady, Aftermath camp?
Well, obviously, Eminem, everybody liked him. Eminem made it over there. That's one of the, obviously, right? Like, that was a worldwide thing, but what do you call it? I hated 50 when he came out. I don't know why. I really didn't like In the Club. I started liking 50 after the second album. It's weird. And then I've been a fan since. Yeah, I don't know why. Now I like Get Rich or Die Trying. I love it. But when it dropped, I hated it. I don't know why. I just didn't get it, I guess. That was a switch, right? That was my switch point when I go from Russian rap to this, and I'm like, the fuck. Right? It was very different. It took me a while to get it. Maybe I didn't understand a lot of it too, right?
Well, I'm trying to think what else was popping over those years. Dipset started really big in their run around then.
I've never liked their beats, man.
That's, to each their own.
I could never get into their beats. I don't know why.
But who were some of the people? Like, we're talking, those are more mainstream. So whether they be mainstream, whether they be artists from the 90s that you never were exposed to until you were over here, or even some of the people who aren't so mainstream. Like,
I was always into Young Buck when they came out, you know what I mean? Ever since then, even up to now, after all the bullshit, I still listen to some Young Buck, you know what I mean? Always into some Young Buck, always, what do you call it? Who was there? I had a Turk CD I liked.
From Cash Money?
Yeah, I had a Turk CD.
Turk was already back in the day.
I really liked the one CD. I don't remember what it was. All I Got in This World was on it. Sibo or Simo was on it. I don't remember, but it was a Turk CD for sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah, to be honest with you, I've listened. I don't remember what I was listening to.
Okay, so it's if really you heard of this, what were some of the
obviously
first
Wu-Tang, like I went crazy on classics, right? Because I started understanding more English. I started understanding the concept of the songs. Because even back home, if I did bump some Tupac, I didn't understand what the fuck you're saying. Mm-hmm. Right? I did. Like as much as I studied English in school and all that, it was only a class of English, right? So I understood some of it. So even I listen to a song, I understand 30 words, right? I don't understand what the fuck he's talking about.
You had to study English back home?
Yeah. But not much, right? It was like flat, like it was Britain English, because it was going worldwide, man. And Ukraine was always trying to hop on board, right?
Really? Wow.
Yeah, man. It was. I don't know. It was needed. Everybody took English. You were smart if you did. Like, there was an option of taking German too, but English and German, you had to take a second language in high school, no matter what. Just like here. You know what I mean?
Well, here it's French, and you can see why.
Yeah, but back there you get a choice. It's either Russian, English, or German. And I went to a Russian school, so I had to take Ukrainian, Russian, and English. Because Ukrainian is mandatory. You're in Russian school, you have to take Russian. And then my mom made sure I had a fucking English course too.
So you remembering the album, the artists that were popping at that time when you got here? But
I really don't. I don't know why it's hard.
Like 50, Dipset, whatever. We know who was hot then.
Fabulous was popping. I remember that. I think he had something out then.
Yeah, Fab's been out since the 90s.
No, I mean that early 2002, 3. I think he had something good out.
Maybe From Something to Nothing. Maybe that album was around then. Somewhere around there, maybe.
It was a lot of girl songs. I remember that. It was a lot of girl songs in that album. Like at least the singles were. You know what I mean?
Something might have been
barrel of my gun big enough to spit out the rocket, something like that. I remember that.
So okay, what artists over here, as you started finding them or being introduced to them, actually caught your ear? Like you said 50-second album you liked it, and I went back to it, but like ones that really like you really were like, damn, I like this shit.
I've always liked hardcore, like raw hip hop, right? So, I would like as soon as I came across Vinnie Paz, I got stuck for a long time, right? Anything that crawled out of it, like the Army of Pharaohs, the Ill Bill, like everything that he's connected to, I started researching, like because I found that those guys, at least at first stages, and even now, they were teaching me something. I was Googling shit after listening to them.
Teaching with their lyrics, you mean?
Yeah. I was getting something out of the songs, you know what I mean? Like, the story sounded gangster as fuck. It was banging, and then he was saying something that, you know what I mean? Like, I remember Vinny saying that, like, whoever built pyramids and knowledge of electrical power, all that shit, like, till the end of days or whatever, that track. Mm-hmm. Like, it was beautiful, right? I liked it. I loved it. And then, so a lot of New York and a lot of Philly underground, right? Game came out, was good. I like Game, right?
Game?
Like, yeah, Game can rap, that's for sure, right? Right now, Dave East is killing it. I don't listen to nothing but Dave East pretty much.
Dave East is real nice.
You know what I
Jordan
mean?
Lucas
Like,
is real nice right now.
I've got like maybe 10 albums in the car, and like 7 of them are Dave East. Straight up.
That's a fan. Okay, so over here, sorry, I had two thoughts there for a second. Because you were just mentioning like what's out now that you're into. There's been such a big change in hip hop over the years, and what you're saying, you're from that you like that raw shit. You like the New York, the Philly style. You like the essence of real hip hop, and you've been here from the tail end of where a little bit of the 90s hip hop spilled over. We got that a little bit in the early 2000s. But since then, especially in the 2010s, we've had this new like wave of hip hop, this mumble rap and shit like that. Not a fan, I assume.
I don't want to say I hate it, but I'm not
a fan.
No, I'm not. You know what I mean? To each their own, right? Like fuck it. If they like it, they like it. But like
back home, does it flip like that?
Bro, there's people with fucking rainbow hair running around and shit. Like there's
So
right now, when I was young, the curtain just fell down and USSR just fell apart, right? So shit just started coming in, right? And then I moved, right? So I don't know how exactly it came in when it just flooded, right? I don't know what happened, but that shit wasn't happening then, right? But now when it's highly accessible and the shit sells, obviously people copy it back there too, right? But it's I don't know. So it's just not for me. out of that whole thing that happened here with the fucking with the dance moves and shit, the dancing songs.
Yeah.
I like the crunk shit because it's a club record, right? It's not something you're gonna sit there and like. Right? What is this guy saying, right? You're not gonna be doing all of that, right? So like all that little John Wave and shit, that was cool. Like I didn't. That's what I mean. I wouldn't bump it like maybe in the car or in the club, right? But I would, you know.
But that's not what you're gonna be inspired to make for your own music, your own material.
I would do a crunk record. Why the fuck not?
A whole record?
No.
Like a whole song?
A song.
Whole song, or just like a feature?
Yeah. I would do a song. I don't know if I can do a whole.
Yeah, Little John, if you're looking for new artists.
Yeah. I do I'll do anything. Honestly, when it comes to music, I'd probably do anything. I don't know about country. I don't know how to cross that. I just don't see it. If I could see it working good, I would do it, man. I'll fucking try anything. Unless I don't like it, right? Unless I listen to it and I don't like it, because there's rap I don't like, and there's pop I don't like, and there's whatever I don't like, and there's rock bands I don't like and like, right? So whatever, I don't know, whatever comes my way, I'll try it, man.
Is there anything in your family's history you know about who had was into music or had a knack for music or anything like that? Maybe not necessarily hip hop, but something that you might think that you get this from, because you're talking about country and fucking different kinds of hip hop and this and that. You're not, you're into different things, even though you may not listen to it. You're not afraid to try it for the artistic purpose of it.
Yeah, no, I'm willing to try anything just to see if it's gonna sound cool. I don't know if I'm gonna put it out or not, but I'm willing to try anything.
And is
right?
that musical
But but what I'm saying, to answer the question, my grandpa, played this big harmonica thing, right? Like a huge one. And I'm talking about 52 keys on one side and 30 on the other, and like real shit. You know what I mean?
Okay.
He played that thing very well, and he sang, but that was just for him. I don't think he.
But I mean, he played an instrument. Yeah,
he definitely. That's a fucking instrument.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's it's a lot of buttons, man. I even looked it up. I remember like trying to think back. I've looked it up. That thing's for real. And my mom was saying that she was trying to act and she was trying to sing, but then fucking I came along, so she had to work.
Oh, so you ruined her career.
Yeah, pretty much. So I guess it wasn't my family, right?
No, it's just you never know. I'm not saying it's completely responsible for it.
Nobody took it serious, though. But there's something there, right?
Yeah, so, and we were just talking about people who you're into. Is there any artists that whether Russian or here that you actually can draw some inspiration from, not to copy or anything, but you're like, oh, I'd like my music to sound something like that. I would like to be at least on the path that person is on. I
mean, in terms of success, maybe not in terms of the sound or anything like that. No. Maybe in terms of the topics and stuff, in terms of content.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe, but that's what I try not to. Man, I even don't like that I listen to English music. I don't listen to Russian music at all. I try not to influence myself by nothing, so I don't sound like nothing.
Makes sense.
Right? Like
you're
if
not the only person I've ever heard say that.
But I love rap so much that I have to listen to it, right? So that, like I said, and then I'm stuck to one artist. I hope, you know what I mean? I don't think I sound anything like the shit that I'm listening to, but I try not to. The influences are always there. Like I said, I listen to a lot of Dave East, but I don't think I sound anything like Dave East. And
no, but that's kind of what I mean. Yeah, there's an influence, not something you're trying to copy or anything, but something that can inspire you to get in the booth. Something that at the end of the day, if you put out something as quality as that person, you're happy. Like you have such a respect for.
You know what happened though? There was a period I didn't record anything for 5 years, right? Mm-hmm. Since January of this year, I didn't record for 5 years at least. 2014 or 2015, I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure it was 14, 13 even maybe. I went to because I went through a lot of shit. Mm-hmm. Now I'm doing better, right? So I went for a show in Toronto, got the VIP tickets and everything for this big Russian rapper from Russia, right? Mm-hmm. So we went, and the opening act, man, it just killed me, right? I listened to it, and I was like, I'm not trying to hate or disrespect or nothing, but I was like, what the fuck is going on, right? It's not... I don't think that was... I think the problem was with the experience, because I couldn't even understand what the music was all about, because this guy just jumped around and he huffed and puffed.
Was it in English or in...
To be honest with you, I'm not sure. I think it was a mix.
Of English and
Russian. Yeah, but it was some sort of a hype records that's popular right now, and he was just jumping around. He was choking, and then he just stops and tells the DJ, "All right, put the second one on." It was. I think it was a lack of experience.
Not well, or was it?
No, it wasn't. It was. They weren't. I don't think they were booing, but they were just like, "Yeah, cool."
Okay.
Right. It was just. I think it was out of place, and then the guy came out and he did his thing, and I was just like, "Yeah, I think I can keep up." You know. Mm-hmm. I don't want to say anything, but I think I can do something like that. Mm-hmm. Right. And then I got in, and I've made a couple songs, and I was like, fuck it, let's go for it. Why not, right? And I started shooting videos, and here I am. Yeah,
and over the past, like you were saying, 5-6 years or whatever, you didn't really record or anything, but I know that you were still dabbling in music here and there.
I was always writing.
Always write. And
at least something.
What was it that I mean, obviously that made you, like you said, push forward, put your foot on the pedal and move forward after this concert, or one of the things?
That just inspired me. We were talking about inspiration earlier and all that, and about influences. That inspired me. It's just, I was just like, man, if people are here, you know what I mean, then I should be able to pull something like this off. I think I can do it. The thing is, I think I have a lot to say, because comparing to the opening act, like I said, I don't want to disrespect or nothing, but I didn't understand what the fuck was going on.
And like you're saying, when you first got here, after a while, you started adapting. And then you were just recording by yourself, whatever. And then there was that period of you not recording but still writing. What was it that stop you from recording? Shit going on in life, or
lots of shit. What happened was I went off to be. How do I put this? I went and experimented with drugs a lot. I got injured. I got injured doing hard labor, and to deal with pain and to deal with the depression and everything, I started using drugs. I started selling drugs. It was
it seems like a story that's coming more and more in the past 10 years. Somebody gets injured, so you were put on some sort of opioids, I guess, I assume?
No, I always said no to opioids because I knew what heroin would do. Heroin is a big problem back home, right?
Self-medicated?
Yeah, I chose cocaine.
You chose cocaine, self-medicated.
I chose cocaine instead of the.
And
I always said that I trust Colombians more than the government. So I went with that shit, right?
As bad as that sounds, it's almost a good life rule to live by. So you got into drugs for a little bit. You started doing drugs, and then I assume, like so many other people, you had to sell drugs to support your habit.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what it went to, right? It went from being something to help me deal with the pain to a source of income to something I couldn't live without. Then I started getting into debt more than I was making money, right? It was a bad time. Man.
Just digging a hole deeper and deeper. And then there came a time, obviously, because I know you're not on drugs anymore. There came a time you got off drugs and you got your head clear and everything else. And that was how far before the this recent run you've been on? Because like you said, up until January of this year, you were kind of you were writing, but not really putting forth the effort that you needed to actually be a recording artist.
Yeah, it's gonna be a year that I've stopped using, that I've stopped fucking around. I've quit everything. I've quit smoking for 4 months and just started back up again. But
smoking cigarettes,
yeah. But I'll deal with that too. But
that's a tough one. I think.
I've quit everything, man. I've quit.
Quit drinking too.
Quit drinking. Quit using.
And were you a heavy drinker as well when you were using cocaine?
Oh yeah, buddy. Well, to be honest with you, by the end of it was just cocaine, right? Cocaine presses everything out. It is a hell of a drug, man. But by the end of the day, you don't want nothing but cocaine. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I can just imagine what crack feels like, man. Jesus, you know what I mean? It's hard shit, but yeah, I dealt with it, right? I went through it. I quit. I've learned my lesson, that's for sure.
So now that would probably lend an idea to Pause, the album that you've recently released.
Pause is not really an album. It's
more of a mixtape.
It's it's a mixtape, and it's not even a mixtape. It's a collaboration, not a collaboration. It's literally it's a compilation of my old songs, right? So on that thing, there's songs from 2005 to 2014. Literally the whole run since I've moved here and started recording until the point where I couldn't record anymore because I was high.
And now Pause stands for post-acute withdrawal syndrome. That's correct.
Post-acute withdrawal syndrome.
So I guess the story you're just telling lends a hand to the title of that album.
Oh yeah, that's that's to finish that chapter because I'm pretty sure that every one of those songs was recorded high on cocaine, right? So that's just to say goodbye to that part of my life. Right? Yeah. And just to actually, just to show people that, because right now all I have is 2 videos out, right? And because the project is not that large, I don't want to pump songs out until I actually drop everything and start promoting everything at once, right? Because I already showed 2 songs off of it. So this is just to show people what I have been doing, what I can do. I think everyone, except there's one song that's from like literally 2005 that I'm not too impressed with, but I was tucked into putting it on there too because people like it. So whatever, man, I'll put it in. But other than that, I'm pretty confident in every song on that project.
So with your 2 new videos that are out, Intro and Someday.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're going to be on the next project, or are these like something to tide the fans over until the next
Yes,
full
yes,
project
yes. No,
is
no, no.
yours?
They're literally. Well, I'm trying to make them like singles of this project, right? I'm not sure what I'm doing yet, so these are my singles, man. Right?
Fair.
I'm planning to shoot at least one more video because I'm going on a trip to Europe, right? I'm going through Rome, Ukraine, and Moscow.
When
So,
are you going there? When do you go there?
I'm leaving 31st May 31st.
So will you be over there trying to make some noise with your music, seeing who you can hook up with back home?
Definitely try to perform because I want to have a video. I want to have shots of me performing in my video. I've always wanted that since I've been rapping. So, and I can't perform here, man. There's nowhere like I can't. You know what I mean? People around here that are listening to Russian music, they're listening to techno music, or you have to be you know what I mean? You have to be like a superstar to literally sell out because I never hear about a Russian rap show around here unless it's somebody huge.
Just like the Greater Toronto area or like Canada coast to coast?
I don't even know. I never got out of Ontario with this. Why?
No, just saying what you're...
Everything is here. Where else? Anywhere else you'd go is probably Quebec or Vancouver, right?
Yeah, Montreal, and yeah, it's...
Right, Vancouver's too far, and then I can judge by Toronto, right? Toronto is where it's at, right? Like, this is the hot spot of
What about
Canada,
Los Angeles? Would you...
I have boys in Los Angeles. They had some shows there, but I've missed their vibe. They're kind of quitting on the idea. They had high budget videos. They had their run, and I guess they didn't make it, so they're kind of quitting on it, right? So I know my boy sold the studio. I just went and seen him in LA, right? I went for a visit, and
then
he sold the studio and everything, right? He should still be featured on one of the projects sooner or later. You know what I mean? Yeah.
New York as well has a huge Russian influence.
I know there was a couple of guys in New York doing something. Honestly, I haven't tried anything. The only thing I've done, I was battling. Right now, I'm actually trying to do something.
Battling. Oh, do we have a rap battler?
Yeah,
yeah. So you're battling. You're a battler, are you?
Yeah, I guess.
Tell us this. Tell us some of this.
Well, it's a different style. It's literally a song battle style of battling, right? It's nothing like KOTD or nothing like that. It's you're given a topic and you're given time frame. Sometimes you're even given an instrumental.
Okay.
Right, and then you.
Sorry, is this back home or here?
This is online, right?
Oh,
so
okay.
we're talking about
Early 2000s.
Yeah, we're talking about competitions of like 15 to 2,000 people, right? Like
that shit used to exist around here in English as well.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. But that's what we did. Yeah, and that shit got huge, man. There was at least 2-3 battles a year that were pumping out 2,000 people.
Holy shit!
Right. So out of 2,000 people, one comes out. Right. So
like 2,000 contestants.
Yes, 2,000 contestants.
So how long does the tournament last?
Man, they would last up to 6-7 months.
And what does the winner win? Like, what do they get?
Oh, there were good prizes, right? Like I've never won a major one like that. I've always made it to like top 5, top 10, and then because the skill of competitors got higher, and I was high. It was, you know what I mean? Like the people that were easy, I obviously knocked them out quick, right? Some people I don't even remember I was so high. Some songs I don't remember I was so high, man. I look back right now, I'm like, I don't remember these songs, right? I really don't remember. But yeah, I've actually made myself a pretty good name back then. I was around. I've had some people pissed off. I had some songs written about me. You know what I mean? Some diss songs. Like I've made some noise and shit. But then again, I was too involved into the streets in here, and I couldn't pay enough attention to it.
So is the battle scene here something that you pay attention to at all now? Like the Smack URL, the King of the Dot, the RD?
I watch some of them. Yeah, some of them. I'm not too big on it. I like my diss songs with beats, right? But some of these guys are really good, so I do watch some of them. I watched the last Cassidy battle. And what
are your thoughts on that against Goods? That one?
Yeah. That was a little fucking disappointing.
Cassidy fan, are you?
I was, yeah, and I still am, I guess. I don't know. I was just expecting better.
You just weren't happy with his performance in that?
Yeah. I don't know why. I really liked the Disaster battle. I liked the way they both came in, and that was a good battle. I don't know what happened with Goods there, and honestly, I don't even want to watch it again. I watched it once, and I was like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know why. Something didn't work out that time.
Who are some of the battlers that you do like, just from like casually being into it?
I like Pat Stay. I've been shown Pat Stay. That's funny. That's a funny guy.
Yeah.
And then from like when I moved, that's what I'm saying. Iron Solomon was popping. I remember watching that.
Yeah, he's still around too.
He's still around.
Yeah, he's still doing big things.
There was another Jewish guy. I don't remember his name.
Jewish guy back then.
Disasters, obviously, right? And I was.
Yeah, I've seen Loaded Lux and Murder Mook and all them.
Oh yeah, and the Loaded Lux is the guy that came to the funeral, right? But the
he battled
that shit was cool. Yeah, see, I'm not like if I'm reminded about it, I'll remember, but I can't pull it out of my head like that. But yeah, that shit was cool when he showed up to the funeral, and that was awesome. That was awesome.
So as of right now, you have no clue.
And then who did the fucking crazy guy? What the fuck is his name? Daylight always fucking shocks me. I know that motherfucker. I'm not into this shit.
What Daylight does.
You see him a couple times and you know what Daylight is.
See, if you want to really blow up, I tell you, got to get that face tattoo. You got to get that face tattoo. Get a Nike check right across your face. And you pop it.
I don't know about face tattoos yet, but I'm not opposed to tattoos, man. To each their own, right?
So I take it we're not going to see Apostol in the battle rap ring anytime soon. English or Russian or German, whatever you studied back in school.
Doing a cappella battles, probably not, man. They would, I don't know. I would have to do for money. For me to sit there and study you and put a lyric together and remember it and come there and work the crowd and shit, I'm just not. It's not my thing. I'll do it.
It's not your focus right now.
No, if the situation is right? Like if there's like a serious rivalry going on and the fans need it, and maybe I'll come out and think about it if I get paid for it. But other than that, no, fuck that. If we're talking about recording songs up, that's no problem at all. You know what I mean? I'm ready for anything.
You come back to Ice Cube and no Vaseline.
Yeah, like I'm not looking for trouble, but I'm not opposed to it, right? Like I don't know, like I'm not gonna.
So the focus is music, production-wise.
Definitely, the focus is the message, man. You know, like I think I've been through so much shit that if I share my story, I might help somebody. Because I remember listening, like you were talking about influences. There were Dot's family back home, right? And they were rapping about hard drugs, right? Which was always controversial in Russia. But they were talking about how they quit, how body overdosed. Like the whole album was focused on that, the first one, right? And then they had two more, I think. And I was listening to them like back there, obviously, right when they came out, they were huge, and then huge and underground. They were opposed to making videos. They said, "Fuck this, we're not going mainstream. We're not making any videos." I think that's where they fucked up, but because now they're making videos when they fell apart. But what do you call it? Now here, like 10 years later after I moved, I still have that CD, and when I was high, I was listening to it, and it did help me get through a lot of stuff, right? So I would love to help somebody. I would love for somebody to hear me and to fucking say that, yo, your shit helped me get through this.
Either have them fucking prevent them from doing something stupid, change their life, make better choices.
I don't know if I'm gonna change anybody's life, but yeah, if I can influence a choice and then
why not? Why not you? Why not Apostol?
Hey, I'm down, bro.
Every day you get tweets and Instagram messages. You changed my life with this song or this lyric.
I'll lead the parade, bro. I'm down. If it goes, you know what I mean? If it goes,
you got pictures of you on social media leading the parade or something, don't you?
Yeah, that was a march. Actually, that's a sad story. There was bombing when the Ukraine started bombing Ukraine. When the East went against West, I guess you can call it a civil war. Or a paid fucking performance, whatever you want to call it. But when all that shit started, people marched against it, trying to get attention to it, right? And I wasn't Toronto doing community service, so I had my day off. So I went.
You're doing really well in life.
Yeah, so I went. I was just like, I might as well go support, right? So I did. Yeah.
So you have a message you want to get out. The focus is music right now. Like I was just saying, half-ass joking around, not battling. Production-wise in your music, you're talking about before, you're willing to try anything. You don't know if you release it, but you're willing to try it.
Oh yeah, man.
Production-wise, right now, where are you finding your production from? Are you playing with beats at all right now? Are you trying to come up with your own stuff at all?
I'm gonna try to have 2 songs that I've completely produced and wrote and recorded and everything. Right, it's sampled, but I made the beats. Right, I'm trying. I'm trying. Most of the project, one beat, I don't even know where it came from. I randomly found it on my hard drive. I honestly don't know. I would sign who produced it, but I have no idea. The rest of them I bought.
What's the name of the song? In case that person sees this, so they can shout out to you. Like, yo, give me that credit.
Yeah, Tralivali. It's gonna be on this project. Yeah. I think somebody sampled Dre on that because there's
Whoa.
yeah. So
that's a lawsuit.
Yeah. No, it's a fucking nobody's making money off this. So it's okay. Yeah. So that's the only one I don't know. But most of them I buy, right? Because the shit that I made videos to, one of them was bought and one of them was given to me. So they're completely original.
Okay.
Just in case something does pop off.
I apologize now.
That shit is covered. No, I bought it. That shit is covered for sure.
But yeah, you were saying like you want 2 songs on your upcoming album. What's the title of your upcoming album?
Do not repeat at home.
Do not repeat at home, guys.
So I'm gonna share my experiences in this game, right? In the street game and in the drug game.
So production-wise for this, is every song done yet?
No, the two. Well, it's done in terms of it's written, but I need to record them. No, it's 80% done. It's missing 2 songs.
2 songs. Okay. So in the future, looking forwards, like, I mean, obviously you'd love a DJ Premier beat or a Dr. Dre beat or Scott Storch or Timbaland, right? Who would? But like, where are you looking to branch out to network and get
honestly
production from?
I don't know. If I don't know anybody to name, to be honest with you.
I'm not talking so much names. I'm just saying, you looking back home, you looking still in Canada.
I'm looking at anything that comes my way. If I really want to have, you know what I want to have? I want to have a bunch of different projects, and I want to have beat makers, producers make, say, one producer would make 80% of one project, and then have 2-3 other beats from whatever, right? Okay. So because I want to have the core sound. I don't want to have fucking 15 songs with 16 producers on them that everybody else uses. You know what I mean? So I want to have a core sound for each project, even though it's not a possibility right now. But if that's something, if you're asking, that's where I'm aiming towards production, right? So I would pump out 3 albums a year with 3 different producers, no problem, man.
What if you would a producer link up for your album after Do Not Repeat This at Home? You look up a producer and he gives you that. It's a 10 song album. He gives you 8 songs. All of it works like magic. Is that something you'd look into, being with that producer? Kind of like a Gangster, Guru, DJ Premier thing?
Fuck yeah, why not? If it works, why would I even go look for more?
If that's something you're
if that's
into?
what works, yeah, man. I mean, I would not be opposed to making another with somebody else, right? Mm-hmm. But if that's what works, we'd probably work out some sort of situation where it'd be a band. Fuck yeah, why not? I've been 3 bands. As long as I have time and energy to write it, I'll be... Man, if I can make money off this, I'll be writing all day. Right? Like, I pretty much... Like, I'm trying to make it a full-time job right now. I definitely spend 40 hours a week on this shit. You know what I mean? I'm making videos, posts. Like, I'm on it, man. I wanna give it a shot. I'm 32, you know what I'm saying? So now's the time to shine. If I miss now, 40 is gonna be too late.
Yeah, you never want to miss that last chance and regret.
I've missed the 20s, right?
Yeah, you'd rather know that you did it and it didn't work out than wonder when you're 55 years old, what if?
That's exactly it. Yeah.
What if, right? Okay, so for the rest of this year, we got Do Not Repeat. Is Do Not Repeat at Home or Do Not Repeat This at Home?
Do Not Repeat at Home.
Do Not Repeat at Home. So we got that. Do we have a date yet for when that's going to drop, or
I'm aiming
for
a
quarter?
I'm aiming. Well, it's summer for sure.
Summer.
I'm aiming for June 17th, but it might be July 17th. It's a year since I've quit abusing hard drugs.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanna like the preview. This project that's coming out like this weekend. Okay. Pause. Is just to show people what I've done lately, right? What I've done before, just to show some material off. This new one is just gonna be putting a dot on it all, just putting a period on it and just saying bye. You know what I mean? Just letting go of that bad experience, of that the pain and everything, right? It's pretty hard. It's pretty dark. It's probably not gonna be for everybody, but it's definitely hip hop. I can tell you that. It's not a fucking out of tune.
No. You don't like auto-tune? No auto-tune?
I'm not. I mean, I don't understand why people rap with auto-tune. That's what I don't get. I mean, if you use some other tune to pull some notes somewhere, I can see it being useful somewhere or something. But when the whole song sounds...
Two turntables and a mic?
Yeah.
So you live with two turntables and a mic?
Yeah.
Okay, so you want this drop by summer, booking shows, going back home soon to get some things done. That leaves like August, September to the rest of the year. What are those plans? Long term?
Oh, as soon as I come back, I'm starting. As soon as I come back, I'm starting a new. I'm starting a new project right away. And like I said, I'm gonna go. I don't remember Beatmaker TV or some shit like that. I've been buying beats from. There's thousands of producers there, right? So I'm gonna spend time. I'm gonna flip through them, listen to a few beats at a time, right? I will try to find one that I can make a project with, and then I'll just keep going like that. I'll keep shuffling. My plan is like long term is to have 30 tracks a year. I don't know if it's gonna work out, but at least 20, right? At least 2 projects of 10 tracks a year. Each of them at least 3 videos, and I'm gonna keep pushing until something happens.
And how many videos a year? You thinking?
Well, I'm thinking at least 2-3 a project, so minimum 4 videos a year.
4 videos a year. Nice. Right.
Aside for like if I get to perform somewhere or there's a video of me rapping, but the actual videos that are shot and edited, yeah, at least 4. But I'm gonna be in for 6, 8, whatever I have money for, man. You know what I'm saying? I'll make a video to every song, man.
All right. Is there anything else you want to get out there before we wrap this up?
No, man, that's it. Just check me out. 2019. Do not repeat at home.
You can check out Pause now on SoundCloud. That's Apostol Raps, APOSTOLRAPS. That's also your Twitter, apostolmusic.ca, APOSTOLMUSIC.ca is your website. You're up on Stitcher. That's Apostol Raps as well. Getting iTunes sorted out. Any other places people can reach you?
Facebook is pretty heavy. Yeah, Apostol Music. Facebook is the one place that's popping right now. Really, really popping. I'm trying to get all the other platforms going too, but it's only been 4 months and I'm learning all this shit. So.
And your Instagram is?
Pretty sure it's Apostol Music.
Apostol Music. APOSTOL
Music.
MUSIC. All right. That it?
Yeah, that's it. Thanks to everybody who's been fuck me. I fucked that up. Okay, we'll cut that part out. Thanks to everybody who tuned in. Stay in touch.